Hey everybody, welcome to today's training. My name is Mike La Charite. I am with Team Sky. I'm a gold consultant. I've been with Archer Evolution for about 6 months and really excited to be here with you guys today. We are going to be talking about logo design and how to find and design the perfect logo for your business. I'm going to start by screen sharing and then we'll get into examples here. So let me just get that going really quick. I am going to do my best to monitor the chat while we are talking here, and I'll try to answer questions along the way. If I miss anybody, I will definitely go back to it after. So feel free to post your questions in the chat so you don't forget anything, and I will make sure we come back to those. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about as far as logo design is what is the point of doing a logo and why is it important, right? So the thing about a logo is it is the first impression for your audience. In many cases, it's the first thing they're going to see, and it's what's going to draw them into your brand. So super important that it's inviting. It's going to provide your brand identity. So the symbols in your logo and the parts of it you really want to think about because it's going to provide that identity for your brand. It's also going to provide brand recognition. It's going to make you memorable. The logo, time in and time out, is what people are going to remember about your brand before they remember the name. And site recognition is super important, okay? It's what's going to separate you from your competitors in that same way. And it's the centerpiece of your brand. So every other aspect of your marketing, your social media, your design, the colors for your brand, the fonts, it's all going to come down to that logo. Okay. So there's a lot of important pieces here that we really need to think about. It's not just a willy-nilly, hey, that looks good, let's go with that. So what makes a good logo? Definitely it should be distinctive. It should be relevant to your industry. So if we're in the travel industry, not going to put a pizza on your logo, unless you're doing culinary tours, hey, maybe. It should be memorable. And this one I think is really overstated or there's not enough emphasis put on it. It should be simple. If you look at most of the major brands that are memorable in your head, they are going to be the simplest things you could think of, kind of those moments that you're like, man, why didn't I think of using that? Because it's just so simple and in your face. So we're going to look at some major brands and I think you'll see sort of all of these things embodied in some of the most memorable logos that we see. It also should be versatile. So logos go on your business cards, they go on your website. They also go on promo items, different, like water bottles and luggage tags. Sometimes they're a thumbnail, which means it has to fit into a square box. Sometimes there's more room for it to be landscape. So you really need to find something that's going to work in all of those situations. And sometimes it's only going to be printed in one color as well. So you got to make sure that it works that way. Okay. Super important to think about that. So what I thought would be kind of fun to start with, and I'm going to shrink my screen here just a bit so I can see the chat. I want to look at some examples of real world logos. Okay. But these are ones that have been modified a little bit. And I bet you're still going to be able to recognize them. Okay. So let's look at this first one. I love that these are like sort of what the logo should say because what they're used for. But can anybody tell me in the chat whose logo is this? Anybody recognize it? All right, Ron, YouTube, got it. First try. So the point here is, and with these next few, even if the words are different, we still recognize the logo, right? How about this one right here? Anybody recognize that? Building body fat, absolutely. Anybody know? Christine, Dunkin' Donuts, you got it. All right. How about this one? 7 Munchies was just there a couple days ago. 7-Eleven, there we go. This is a great one. Bigger hips. How about this one? Oh man, these are hilarious. Burger King, great job. And this next one is probably my favorite because it's so relevant to me. Moneysgone.com. What's this one? Anybody know? Amazon. There we go. Right. Anybody else addicted to Amazon? Like you've seen those memes out there, don't drink in Prime, and it's like a porch full of packages. Yeah, that's my problem. So the point here is obviously we recognized all of these logos, even though the words were totally different, right? And it's as simple as this little swoosh. It's like 2 lines, right? So super, super important on that front. So here are some of the most memorable logos that I came across online, right? And all of them, like I said, are super simple. Coca-Cola, Google, Nike, it's just text with maybe a symbol. Adidas has their little 3 lines. If you took that word Adidas away, we would still recognize that. Nike, the swoosh, Apple with just the graphic of the apple, right? We recognize all of these at sight very quickly. And so just an example of how some of the biggest, most memorable brands have done their logo design, and something that we should keep in mind when we're doing our own, right? Okay. So there are really 3 main steps to designing a logo. The first is to complete a brand questionnaire of sorts, and this can be informal, or we're going to actually walk through one with 99 designs that's going to be a little more formal. So this is, you know, really looking at what do you want in your logo, what's important to you to include. As the person who came up with the brand, what does that say to you, right? Number 2, decide on your budget. Your budget's going to inform how you design your logo. And based on the budget, we're going to pick the method. And if necessary, we're going to hire designers. Okay. Number 3, I always recommend before you finalize your logo, send it out to some trusted advisors, get some feedback. I had a friend look at a brochure that I did the other day for an event, and I tried to design something that was with my brand colors and very kind of versatile. But I was using it at a wedding show, and she looked at it and she's like, well, here's the thing. This doesn't say wedding to me at all. And I had not thought of that. Like, yeah, maybe it is a good idea to have a specific version for that event that I'm doing, because it will attract more people. So I can't overstate enough getting feedback from people close to you, from your mentor, from your platinum, people who have done this before. Their feedback is going to be invaluable, and don't take it personally. Okay. Somebody looks at your logo and says, oh, I really don't like that part of it. It's not about you. It's not that they don't like you. But that feedback is really, really important. Okay. So without further ado, I want to demonstrate or just show you 3 of my favorite sources for logos, kind of at 3 different budgets. Okay. The first one, Canva. You guys have, if you're new with us, you've probably already heard of it. And if you've been here with us for a while, I'm sure you're using it because Canva is magic. They have so many incredible templates for everything, and it's free. There are pro features that are really, really useful. So I have the pro subscription. I think it's like $120 a year. And it's super useful there's a lot of tools there, but you could do this just with the free account. You don't have to spend anything. Okay. So all we're going to do is do a template search, and let's just search travel logo and see what comes up. Okay. So again, these are free templates. I mean, look at all these different designs that are here. There's tons of options, tons of different styles, different graphics. And it doesn't mean because you choose, let's say you really like the style of this blue wave surfing, we can find another graphic to make it your own, right? Or a piece of clip art. But there's just so many options here. This one's really neat. Let's go ahead and check this one out. And I'm going to just show you quickly. This isn't like a full-on Canva training, but how easy it is to make this your own. So look, if we select, it's already got this nice graphic of the airplane. We can go ahead and let's say we like that, but we want to change the color. Let's make it purple. Same thing with the globe. I'm not feeling the pink. So if we go into colors, we can maybe make that a blue. Totally easy to make these changes. We can change fonts around to match our style. Let's say we don't want the kind of cursive-y thing. We want something a little more bold. Okay. They have a Photos app built in, and this has a lot of clip art in it. So if we type in like travel clip art, oops, we spell that right, that would be helpful. Oh, funny, there's a pizza after I said that earlier. Okay, let's try plain clip art. Let's say, hey, I don't really like that plain. I want something a little more cartoony. Okay, so there's some different options here that we could use. This one looks pretty cool. Okay, now let's say we don't like that background there. This is a pro feature, okay? But you can go to edit photo, you can go to the background remover, and watch this. There it is with a transparent background, and now you can use that in your logo wherever you want it, okay? So you can see there's tons of options here in Canva. We have some really good trainings on a lot of the different tools, but this is a great tool for making just a free logo with your name. Don't have to spend anything unless you want to do some of the fancier tricks, okay? Does that make sense? Any questions on Canva? I know that was really fast, but not trying to do a whole training here, just showing a quick example. All right, I'm going to move on. My next favorite platform to use is something called Fiverr. Anybody used Fiverr before? Have you heard of this? This is basically a platform for individuals who have certain skills. And it's everything from graphic design to event planning to music for commercials. I mean, they have so many different things on here. And people come and advertise their services, and it's a great way to find really inexpensive design work. So if we come in here to Fiverr and sign up, and then we search logo design, and of course the website's down right now. It worked about 30 minutes ago when I got it set up. Let's see. Okay, that's better. So we search logo. Here's logo services, okay? You can see there's a whole bunch of different budgets. They're going to give you different, like a gallery of what they've done in the past. So we can kind of look through, hey, this guy does a little more cartoony stuff. Okay, that may not be my style. These are sort of classic looking. Okay, this is a little more just text and graphics. So you can go through based on their portfolio and find somebody that does something that you like, right? This person right here, if you already have a logo, but it's not vector and you need it for signage that it has to get really big, for $5, they'll make it a vector for you. And then you can use it on merchandise or big banners and all of that. And you can see each one has a different budget. So based on what you want to spend, let's just pick this 31 for now. And you'll see once you open the designer, you can scroll through and see a lot more of their work. So this guy does a lot of minimalist, just really simple logos. So if that's the style you're looking for, great. Most of them offer multiple packages. So here there's a basic package for $30. It delivers in 2 days, unlimited revisions. So if you don't like something it did, you can go back and forth. And in this case, for the less expensive package, they give you one concept, a transparent logo, and a 3D mockup and a printable file. If we go up to the standard, now they're going to include that vector I just mentioned. They're also going to include the source file. This is great if you have any design experience because, like, I subscribe to Adobe. I have Photoshop, I have Illustrator. If I need to go make any changes, like make the logo one color for an event or play around with the colors for a different website, I can do that because I have the source file. So if you have any sort of, background or skills doing that, the source file can be really helpful. It's worth paying for. Then they've got a premium here. This one includes 3 logo concepts, all the same stuff, 2 days delivery. So if you want some more stuff to choose from, that's a great way to do it. Okay. The process here is really simple with Fiverr. You pay for it. They send you sort of a questionnaire with questions that the designer has prepared. They're going to ask things like what text, what colors, what's the message of your business that you want conveyed. And then they will, within that timeline, they'll send you a couple of drafts. You can go back and forth and tell them, hey, I like this, I don't like this, try it with this change. And very quickly, within a few days, you've got a great logo to use. Okay. So Fiverr is a really good source. And some of the designers also will offer like stationery packages. They'll do your business cards for you to match the same branding. They'll do letterhead if you need that. So there's tons of options here. Okay. Again, that's Fiverr. I'm going to put it in the chat, fiverr.com. Highly recommend them. If you want to spend a little more money, but you want to do something a little more fun and get more options, to it. I love this this website. It's called 99 Designs. They are now owned by Vistaprint, so your Vistaprint login will work there, okay? And what they do is they do contests for designers to design your logo. It's really, really fun. It costs $300 to start, okay? But at the end of it, you get the source file and you're going to have 10 to 15 different designers working on your logo. So depending on what you're planning to do with your business, and this may be a stage 2, maybe you do the free logo for now, you get the company up and running, and then you decide, hey, I want to rebrand to something a little more distinctive, a little more custom. You can go this route. But I've used them for a few companies, and it's really, really cool. Basically, let me show you how it works. Why am I not on the... Hold on just a second. Can't get back to the dashboard. Okay, so you can see here, if we go to categories, what do you need designed? We're going to do logo and identity, and we're going to do logo design, $299. That's the starting, okay? They will do a business card separately if you need that. Typically for me, I do the logo and then I use a free template on Canva and change that up for my business card. So if we click on logo design, this is where it gets fun. We're going to get started. And again, here's the deal, $299, one finished, completely custom logo. You get full copyright, up to 3 color variations. You get the digital print and the web files. You get the original editable source file. And they do have a money back guarantee. And the way that works is if you get through, this is a 2-round contest. If you get through the first round and you don't like anything that has been submitted, you can cancel the contest. You can get all your money back. It's not a problem. Once you have said, hey, yes, I have something here I want to work with, and you move on to the final round, it's no longer refundable, okay? So we're going to select this package. We're going to go to bronze, and they tell you you're going to expect about 30 designs. And this is where we start getting into some of the brand questionnaire, okay? These are the questions, whether you use 99 designs or not. These are some of the things that you want to look at and some of the questions you want to ask yourself. So the first thing it's going to do is ask you to pick 1 to 5 logos that you like, okay, based on the style. So you can see they have everything from just simple, drawings to text-based to cartoony. And so we can just pick a few that you like and move on, okay? Now it's going to ask you, do you like more classic or do you like more modern, okay? And there's different levels, so you can move it depending on kind of where you fall on the spectrum. Are you looking for something a little more mature or something more kid-friendly? Okay, we're going to go this way. Feminine or masculine? I don't know. Let's do this. Definitely like something playful. Economical, like what are you trying to convey with your brand? Are you trying to convey economical, that you are like offering great deals, or are you trying to convey luxury? Okay, so we're going to go this way. Do you like something that's geometric or do you like something that's more organic and flowing? Okay. Abstract or literal, we can do that. And we're going to hit continue. Now it's going to give us some color swatches. So we can pick up to 3 that we'd like them to explore. It's really important to think about the colors because different colors say different things, right? So reds are going to be more about vibrance and it can be love, it can be just excitement, all of those things, right? Think of a firefighter. There's let the designers make their choice. Yellows are going to be bright and happy. Greens are going to be kind of outdoors and nature and sort of getting in touch with that. Blues and aquas are really have a calming effect on people. So I encourage you to go and maybe do some research online about what different colors say for different brands, and pick accordingly, based on what you like. So we're going to pick a couple there. I'm going to actually let designers choose for one and hit continue. Okay, these are some of the other questions. What name do you want? So this is your brand name. Do you have a slogan that you want included? I don't have one. Describe what your organization or product does and its target audience. Okay, so I'm just filling in things so we can move on. Okay, select your industry. Let's see, they have travel and hotel. That's probably the best one for us. It's just seeing if there's a hospitality. Do you need more than a logo? No, we can just leave it at a logo. And then are there any other notes you want to communicate to the designers? If you have a sketch, if you've done something already that you've mocked up, feel free to attach it here for them, okay? Then we can continue. It's going to confirm your package. It's going to ask for a title for your contest. And then here's some different options, okay? Guaranteed, if you do this, you lose the option to get a refund on it, okay? But you're going to maybe get more participation because the designers are going to know somebody's going to get paid. There's not a chance you're going to back out of it, okay? There's a blind contest, so you can prevent the designers from seeing each other's work. I don't usually recommend doing the private. And in general, their contests are 7 days, okay? The first round lasts about 3 days, and then it gives you a day to make revisions and a few more days to work with the final designer to get your final design. They do have faster options, but you have to pay for those. Again, I don't recommend doing that. It's not really necessary. I'm not going to move on from here because I don't want to actually start this, but at this point, you fill this out, you submit it, and within a couple hours, you're going to start getting designs from people. Like I said, over 3 days, you're going to get probably 20 or 30 different designs. And you can, once you pick your finalists, I think you get 3 finalists that you can choose. And then you can have them make additional tweaks and adjustments to really get that logo to where you want it to be. So again, it costs more money. It's a lot of fun. You get a lot more, you get a lot more options when you do that, right? And it's really interesting to see what the designers come up with. I'm going to show you really quickly. I didn't plan to do this, but I'm going to show you one that I did with 99 designs. Let me just pull up the website really quick. Let's see. Oh, would help if I typed the URL correctly. Okay, so let me come back here and screen share again. Okay, so this is one of my other companies, the International Sous Vide Association. So you can see we did this ISVA logo, and they turned the I into a sous vide circulator for us, and then they put this water line, so it's like half of the logo is underwater, like cooking sous vide. And then as part of it, as part of the logo, they also did this really neat little emoticon for us. So we use that as the thumbnail a lot. And we had some really, really great submissions. But that's the one that we chose. So super fun. That's one of my favorites to do if if you have the money for it. Mia, where can I find the recording? I will download the recording and we'll post it in all of the chats this afternoon. So you'll definitely be able to get that. Okay. That's really what I had for you guys today. Those were some of my tips, some of my favorite places to get logos. I used Fiverr for my most recent one for the rebrand of the new travel company. It was super happy with what I got. Do we have any other questions before we close things up? Let's see. Of the 3 sites, do you prefer 99 designs? My current logo is basically my business card with no words. This is where I'm struggling. Ron, I I like both 99 Designs and Fiverr, but what I love about 99 Designs is you get so many more designers participating, and um the beauty of that is each one has a different take on what you send to them, right? So for me, uh I like, if the money is not an issue, I would do 99 Designs just because you get the input from so many more designers. And sometimes you'll be like, hey, I like this, I like this. Let's put those two things together. It just can get you thinking outside of your box and outside of what's in your head. And like with the ISBA logo, I had nothing like that in my head. That was not even close to my initial concepts, and we just fell in love with it. So that's why I like 99 Designs. Liz said she used Etsy to purchase her logo and it was only $5. That's awesome. I have not used Etsy before, but heck, to be able to do it for $5, that's great. I'll have to check that out as a resource. Thank you for sharing that. We'll definitely make sure to look at that a little bit more.